James Gunn, shocking career, net worth, and lifestyle. James Francis Gunn Jr., born on August 5, 1966, in St. Louis, Missouri, is an acclaimed American filmmaker, screenwriter, producer, and now co-head of DC Studios. Known for his irreverent humor, emotional depth, and masterful handling of ensemble casts, Gunn has evolved from working on cult horror films to directing some of the most successful superhero movies of the 21st century. His story is one of creative resilience, reinvention, and a deep-rooted love for storytelling that began in the suburbs of Missouri and has since reached the upper echelons of Hollywood. Gunn was previously married to actress Jenna Fischer, of The Office, from 2000 to 2008. In 2022, he married actress Jennifer Holland, who appeared in Peacemaker. He is known for being outspoken on social issues and politics, often using his platform to advocate for compassion, justice, and self-reflection. An animal lover, Gunn has also been involved in animal rescue efforts and was named PETA's Person of the Year in 2023 for his work promoting pet adoption and ethical treatment of animals. James Gunn, the visionary filmmaker behind Guardians of the Galaxy and co-CEO of DC Studios, has an estimated net worth of $70 million. James Gunn stands at 6 feet tall, which is approximately 1.83 meters tall. That being said, let's roll. James Gunn early life and creative beginnings. James Gunn was raised in Manchester, Missouri, in a Catholic family as one of 6 siblings. His father, James F. Gunn Sr., was a lawyer, and his mother, Leota, was a homemaker. Several of his siblings also entered creative fields, notably, his brother Sean Gunn, who is an actor and frequently collaborates with James, and Brian Gunn, a screenwriter. From a young age, James demonstrated a fascination with storytelling, particularly in the horror and science fiction genres. He and his brothers would shoot amateur 8mm films in the woods near their home, often involving zombies and monsters. These homemade films were heavily influenced by his early cinematic experiences, including cult horror classics like Night of the Living Dead and Friday the 13th. After graduating from St. Louis University High School in 1984, Gunn attended St. Louis University, where he studied English and earned a Bachelor of Arts degree. He later pursued film studies at Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles but eventually returned to the East Coast to attend Columbia University, where he earned a Master of Fine Arts in Prose Writing in 1995. James Gunn Troma Films and the Road to Hollywood. Gunn's professional filmmaking career began at Troma Entertainment, a company famous for its campy, low-budget exploitation films. There, he worked under Lloyd Kaufman, co-founder of Troma, and co-wrote the cult film Tromeo and Juliet, 1996. A punk rock adaptation of Shakespeare's classic tragedy. Gunn credits this time with providing him invaluable experience in nearly every facet of filmmaking, writing, directing, editing, and marketing. Though his time at Troma involved a great deal of chaos and absurdity, it also established his distinctive voice as a creator, irreverent, genre-savvy, and unafraid to mix the grotesque with the heartfelt. James Gunn early screenwriting success. Gunn transitioned into mainstream Hollywood by writing screenplays for bigger budget projects. He penned the scripts for The Specials, 2000, a comedy about B-list superheroes, and notably Scooby-Doo, 2002, and its sequel Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed, 2004. These films, though critically mixed, were commercial hits and helped Gunn secure a foothold in the industry. In 2004, he wrote the screenplay for Zack Snyder's remake of Dawn of the Dead, which became both a box office and critical success. Gunn's blend of suspense, gore, and character-focused storytelling breathed new life into the zombie genre. James Gunn directorial debut and cult status. James Gunn made his featured directorial debut with Slither, 2006, a horror comedy that paid homage to creature features of the 1980s. While it wasn't a commercial success, the film was praised for its wit, gore, and genre references, cementing Gunn's status as a cult director with a unique voice. He followed this up with Super, 2010, an ultra-violent superhero black comedy starring Rainn Wilson and Elliot Page. The film explored themes of vigilantism and moral ambiguity, recurring ideas in Gunn's later, more mainstream work. James Gunn Guardians of the Galaxy and Marvel stardom. Gunn's true breakout came in 2014 when he was hired by Marvel Studios to write and direct Guardians of the Galaxy. Many were skeptical at first, the characters were obscure, and Gunn's background in horror comedy made him an unconventional choice. However, Guardians turned out to be a massive success, praised for its humor, emotional resonance, and retro soundtrack. It grossed over $770 million worldwide and established Gunn as one of Marvel's most valuable directors. The sequel, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, 2017, built on that success and explored deeper emotional arcs for its characters, particularly the relationship between Peter Quill and his father, Ego. Gunn's balance of heart, action, and humor continued to win over critics and audiences alike. James Gunn controversy and reinstatement. In 2018, Gunn faced significant controversy when old tweets containing offensive jokes resurfaced. Disney quickly fired him from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, despite apologies and context provided by the filmmaker. The firing sparked backlash from fans, actors, and public figures, many of whom saw Gunn's previous behavior as misguided humor rather than malicious intent. After a groundswell of support and months of reconsideration, Disney rehired Gunn in 2019. This rare reversal by a major studio highlighted not only the loyalty he had earned but also the evolving conversation around accountability and redemption in the entertainment industry. James Gunn: The Suicide Squad in DC crossover. During his hiatus from Marvel, Gunn was approached by Warner Bros. To take on The Suicide Squad, 2021, a soft reboot of the 2016 film. Given creative freedom, Gunn delivered a chaotic, hilarious, and surprisingly heartfelt ensemble action movie. It received critical acclaim and revitalized the franchise. He followed up the success of The Suicide Squad with Peacemaker, 2022, an HBO Max series starring John Cena. The show was another hit and further solidified Gunn's ability to blend genres, push boundaries, and create deeply human characters within absurd premises. James Gunn leadership at DC Studios. In October 2022, Gunn was appointed co-CEO and co-chairman of DC Studios alongside producer Peter Safran. The announcement marked a major shift for the DC universe, as Gunn was given creative control to reboot and reshape the future of DC films, television, and animation. The new initiative, referred to as the DCU, begins with Superman, previously titled Superman: Legacy, which Gunn is writing and directing. The film is set for release in 2025 and will serve as the cornerstone of a new, more cohesive cinematic universe. James Gunn: Other projects and artistic pursuits. Beyond film and television, Gunn has expressed his creativity in music and literature. He formed a band called The Icons in the 1990s and released an album titled Mom, We Like It Here on Earth. He's also the author of the novel The Toy Collector, 2000, a darkly comic and semi-autobiographical story about addiction and nostalgia. His writing often combines horror, comedy, and tragedy, reflecting his broad influences and deep understanding of human psychology. James Gunn: Legacy and Future Impact. James Gunn's journey from Troma Entertainment to the head of one of Hollywood's biggest franchises is nothing short of extraordinary. With a style that combines irreverent humor, emotional vulnerability, and genre deconstruction, he has consistently pushed boundaries while remaining deeply connected to his audience. His commitment to storytelling, even when controversial or unconventional, has earned him admiration and influence in both the Marvel and DC fandoms. As of 2025, with Superman on the horizon and a larger creative vision unfolding at DC Studios, Gunn stands as a defining figure of modern pop culture, a director who has changed the game not by playing it safe, but by telling stories with heart, humanity, and a whole lot of attitudes. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe to our channel for such interesting content. See you in our next video.